One thing that I remember so well about myself when I was a teenager in particular was how badly I wanted to leave home. I hated everything. I didn't have a reason, but I did. I hated where I lived. I was resentful of being made fun of because of my accent. I don't think I so much have it anymore as much as I did when I was younger. But to have a Southern accent, people tend to think you're less intelligent than other people. But it wasn't even just that. It was more than that. It was rebellion. I wanted to be anywhere else other than where I should have been. Other than where I was born and grew up. Other than where my family was, who loved me dearly. I wanted to be anywhere where I didn't have to follow the rules and I could do whatever I wanted. And also, I wanted to go places that I thought would give me more than what home gave me. I don't like to say anymore that I grew up poor, because technically I did, if you want to look at it from a statistical standpoint or from the welfare system. I grew up believing that I was poor. And because of that, because we lived in trailer parks and we didn't have enough money for name brand clothes and things like that, I wanted something better. I wanted to go out into the world and take a hold of it. I wanted to make it mine. And as young as 13, I wanted to go all the way to California. And I tried multiple times to go. And God thwarted those plans like you have no idea. But I'm so grateful to Him for not letting me accomplish that at such a young age, because my life would have been an even bigger train wreck. But I always wanted to leave home. From a teenager running away to California, to even within Arkansas, where I was born and raised and loved, where I just didn't want to be in the home with my family. And I would go and live with friends, or people who I thought were friends, but they were just as troubled as me. For as long as I can remember, I've been trying to get away from home. Been trying to do more, be more, have more, and prove myself, not only to the world and to the naysayers and the people who made fun of me for having a Southern accent, made fun of me for being poor, but also to myself. I always wanted to prove to myself that I could be better than who I was. Little did I know that who I was who I had always been meant to be. The woman and the girl and the teenager that God created me to be. And I just rejected her at every turn. I was always somewhere other than home. I was always grasping for more than I had. I never had enough. And even into adulthood. Went all the way to California, finally made it there. And lasted about 5.5, 6 months before I had to come back. Because I missed home so terribly. I missed my little dog. I missed my kids. I missed rain. It rarely rained when I lived in Los Angeles. It was such a surreal experience. I missed the country and the simple life. And so when I came back, I was so happy to be here. And I said the words, I never want to leave home again. And that was 2017. And then in about 2019, it happened again. It's like the cycle just started over. It was such a vicious cycle. I got bored. I didn't have enough. There wasn't what I needed where I was. I didn't have what I needed, or so I thought. And that's when we started planning to move all the way to Mexico. It's chilly and rainy, and it was foggy this morning when I left. And it's just really overcast. And it's perfect. So perfect. No matter what the weather is, whether it's scorching hot, which I used to complain about all the time when I lived here in the summer, or if it's frigid, which I also complained about in the winter. It's perfect. There really is no place like home. Not for me. Nothing can compare to the solitude and the peace and the quiet and the simpler life. No matter what I thought my dreams were, no matter what I wanted to do with my life, when I really didn't know what I wanted to do, or I thought I was being suffocated somewhere, I wasn't. I had everything that I needed. There is no place like home. How many people just want to leave home? They don't want to be where they were born. They don't want to be where they grew up, where their families are. They want to be anywhere but there. People say there's no future here. They might live in a small town. They think they have to go to the big city in order to have a future, in order to have a career. They want the glitz and the glamour of the party life and the city life. And they want to leave the safety, comfort, and familiarity of home to find those bigger and better things. But rarely does leaving home fulfill us in the way we think it will. But more often, we find ourselves right back where we started when the luster wears off. And I did this my whole life. Like I said, I wanted to be anywhere but Arkansas. But before I turned 50, I realized that Arkansas was the only place I ever needed and would ever want to be. When we leave home, we miss the moments with our family. Like loved ones will grow old and die without us. We're not there in times of the greatest joy, like births and marriages and holidays, or in times of tragedy, cancer deaths, accidents, all kinds of things that we miss out on because we want to be somewhere else for ourselves. My favorite color. Very fitting. All the trees are yellow. Oh, it's so gorgeous. People can't stand the thought of being stuck in a small town. They want to leave their lives of simplicity to chase big dreams. Now, I know, of course, that so many of us too leave home for different reasons. We have to leave for our safety. We have to leave because just certain things in our lives happen and they cause us to relocate far away from our families and the simple life. If for those of us who have grown up in small towns and small states or small places in general, everybody's got their reason. But the people that, like I was, who leave for selfish reasons, who leave because they're mentally or emotionally on the wrong track in life, and people who do not have Christ in their life, they leave for reasons like I did because nothing is ever good enough. They had everything they could ever need or want or ask for, but it just wasn't good enough for them. Or they leave because they're rebellious. Those are the ones that usually regret it, and I'm among them. I've been chasing elusive dreams and goals my whole life, going after things that don't even matter, when I had everything I needed right there the whole time. There is no place like home for most of us. Some of us do make home in other places, but for the most part, where we're born tends to be the place that we always end up, even if we leave. Or if we don't end up back there, we long for it. And I never want to take for granted all that I have again. I want to cherish every moment of life that God has given me And I can do that especially by being grateful for where I live, being grateful for the life that He has blessed me with. There is nothing like this place for me. This is where God put me. And He put me here for a reason. When I was born, and right now in this moment, I have 4 seasons. I have the changing color of leaves. I have the frigid winter, the beautiful flowers in the spring, and even the dreariness of a cloudy, misty day. I cherish every moment and cannot imagine being anywhere else other than where God placed me. I'm no longer grasping for another life. I'm no longer reaching for the stars. I'm no longer rebellious. And unfortunately, it just took me 50 years to figure that out. But it's better late than never. I do a lot of videos and footage and even just audio from this place. It's so absolutely beautiful here. And this is my home. I've been out here so long today that it's already started to get sunny a little bit, and I had to take off my sweater. And this doesn't even scratch the surface of this beautiful park. This beautiful place that I call home in North Little Rock, Arkansas. It's like my backyard right here. What more could anyone want? It's so stunning. Okay, I think that's all for today. May God bless you, your family, and your life.